What is the problem with Michael Jackson?
What is the problem with Michael Jackson?
What is the problem with Michael Jackson?
What do you mean? No, I'm not sure I do.
The king of pop. Woohoo! Hee hee.
What is the problem with Michael Jackson?
What is the problem with Michael Jackson?
And Mark Wahlberg is like, I don't know.
What is the problem with Michael Jackson? You understand my question?
What the problem with Michael Jackson is.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
I just saw Three Kings with George Clooney, Ice Cube, and Mark Wahlberg. Three Kings is a movie from 1999. It's a movie about three US soldiers who are in the last few days of the Gulf War in 1991. And instead of getting out and leaving, Iraq and coming back home, they decided to go after some Iraqi gold, or they decided to go after some gold that was stolen from Kuwait by Saddam Hussein. So Saddam Hussein has all these gold bullions, millions and millions of dollars. So these three US soldiers decided to go and hunt for these bullions of gold, and they find it. But at the same time, the Iraqi soldiers are also, or I should say, the Saddam Hussein soldiers are also there, and they're going after these three Americans. During the discovery of these bullions, they found some refugees who are escaping Iraq because of the war that's going on. So they're trying to go to Kuwait or maybe a different country. So these three US soldiers have to figure out, how to help these people, at the same time finding out where the gold is. And these people, somehow they knew where the gold is. They helped the soldiers get the gold, but the soldiers could not really leave without the gold, and they could not leave without helping these people. The story is basically they help each other, and the refugees get to leave the country safely, and the three US soldiers basically leave the country or leave Iraq without. The three soldiers basically leave Iraq. I should leave it at that. My favorite part of this whole movie is the scene where the character of Mark Wahlberg, the character is somehow kidnapped by the Saddam Hussein soldiers. And they take Mark Wahlberg into this crazy dungeon. He's being interrogated by this Saddam Hussein soldier. This guy is really fantastic. Like that scene is fire. Like the whole scene, especially the dialogue between Mark Wahlberg and this Saddam Hussein soldier. And this guy, the Saddam Hussein soldier, he's just fantastic. Like he delivered his lines very, very perfectly. I really enjoyed that whole scene, and like I said, that's my favorite scene. He goes like, "What is the problem with Michael Jackson? What is the problem with Michael Jackson?" And Mark Wahlberg is like, I don't know what the problem with Michael Jackson is. What is the problem with Michael Jackson? Yeah, and the whole thing is basically, it's so intense, and like Mark Wahlberg is being tortured by these guys, and they try to make him drink oil, in this movie, and it's really good. That's one of my favorites. So, like, I really enjoyed the movie. But that scene is my favorite scene. Like, I would want to watch it again Like the dialogue is just fantastic. The dialogue is just fantastic, and it's one of the best part of about this movie. I also think this movie is based on a real story, because at the end of the movie they talk about the three different soldiers, what they did after the war, and how they're living with their family, on what kind of jobs they'll be holding after the war. So I think this movie is maybe loosely based on a true story. But everything about the movie is fantastic. Like the action, the killing, the whole interaction between Iraqis and the U.S. soldiers. It's amazing. The different ways people are shot and killed. It's really really cool. And the acting from all the three main actors was fantastic. I think Mark Wahlberg was probably my favorite one. He was very very good in this movie. And then Ice Cube, he's playing the typical Ice Cube tough guy character, so he's also fantastic. It's kind of a nice, it's very nice to have him in the movie. Very enjoyable. His character is very enjoyable, and George Clooney. George Clooney is the top guy, so he plays one of the majors in the, or maybe the sergeant. So I don't know how military commands go, but he plays one of the top guys in the military hierarchy, and he plays a good character. He plays a cool character. He just wanted the gold and he wanted to leave. Also, there's other actors I want to list. So you have, I'm just gonna start from the top. So you have George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg, Ice Cube, Spike Jones. You have Cliff Curtis. You have Nora Dunn. Nora Dunn plays the reporter. Jamie Kennedy is in the movie. And the guy who plays the guy who played the Saddam Hussein interrogator, or the Saddam Hussein torturer, I believe his name is Saeed Tahmul. So he's fantastic. And then one of the major military commands on the floor. He's the boss of George Clooney and the boss of Mark Wahlberg. This guy was really cool. This guy's played by Mykelti Williamson. Yeah, Mykelti Williamson. Mykelti Williamson. He's a really great actor. Like, he's always playing tough guys, like bad guys, and he's fantastic in this movie. Also, there is Holt Melcalny. He's also a great actor. And there's the rest. There's the rest of the less unknown actors. But this movie again is from 1999. This movie is from 1999. Fantastic movie. It's one of those iconic, I would say iconic, Iraqi war, 1991 war type of movie. Like the whole feeling of the movie was just fantastic. And like I said, my favorite scene is that scene where the guy is like, "What is wrong with Michael Jackson? What is wrong with Michael Jackson?" Or actually, no. He says, "What is the problem with Michael Jackson? What is the problem with Michael Jackson? What is the problem with Michael Jackson?" And so that's the end of this video, and this is the end of this video. Thank you for watching.